Have you ever tried to take happy, smiling photos of your kids by saying, "Hey, Katie, just smile at me real quick," and you get nothing but blank-faced stares from your zombie children? Or is it just me? The truth is, it can be really hard for kids to want to smile at photos, especially for their parents, because it's not really fun to sit still and smile if you're a kid. They want to do activities in their photos, and I've shared a lot about that on the blog last week. The link is below in the description, or they need those smiles drawn out of them. And today I'm going to share 10 photo hacks with you to get your kids to smile at you in photos and give you those genuine expressions. Hi, I'm Jill, and I'm a photographer and an educator. I spend my time teaching moms how to photograph their kids and turn it into a business that provides and thrives. I'm excited to talk to you today about these hacks to get genuine expressions out of your kids in photos. It can be a really big challenge because, like I said, they don't want to sit still and stare at a camera, a piece of technology in their face. That's not very fun for them. So these hacks are going to give you ideas of what specifically to say to your kids to actually get those expressions out of them. I am going to share 10 in this video, and the remaining 10 are going to be available in a download if you click on the link below in the description. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I shared 20, this video would be way too long, and I share 5-minute or less videos here with quick tips and tricks that you can put into practice today with any camera that you use. Go ahead and hit subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos, and again, check out the description for lots of further details. So first up, we want our children to play when we're taking photos. That is the very best way to get genuine expressions out of them, and I shared a lot more about that last week on the blog in the link below if you want to check it out. So my first tip is just to go ahead and call their name or their nickname as they're playing to get a genuine expression out of them. I don't think I have to demonstrate that one. You just let your kid play, call their name quickly, and hopefully they'll look up at you with a little bit of surprise in what you're saying. Now, I do need to remind you, some of these hacks are going to depend a little bit on the age of your kids in terms of how appropriate and how much they work. I'm going to share a bunch that should work for any age kid and then a few that are especially great for small kids. Hack number 2, make a silly noise that they would look at you and laugh at. In my particular household, fart noises are particularly useful, so that might be a good option for you. It's the same concept as the first one, where you're asking them to play or giving them an activity, maybe one of those activities that I mentioned last week in the blog, and then from there you're interrupting that play with a loud noise to make them laugh. So for example, if you have a kid and you set them up with a book and you are taking pictures of them reading, that's what they think you're doing, and then suddenly you make a really loud fart noise and blame it on dad in the other room, your kid's probably going to laugh at that. Hack number 3, you can ask a child to tell you what a dino says and then give a really huge reaction like you've been scared out of your mind by what they do. Kids love feeling like they were funny, right? At least my kids do. So I would ask for my kid to roar at me like a dinosaur. I might be crouched down in front of them at their level taking a photo, and the second they roar, I would kind of spring back out of my seat. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. You guys, remember, kids respond to your inflection and your expression. So the more expressive that you can be with them, even if it makes a really obnoxious mom voice, the more likely they are to give sort of that much expression and emotion back to you. So that big, loud reaction, potentially a physical reaction, is going to go really far with your kids in terms of getting smiles, especially, again, if they're kind of at that 5 or younger age. Another favorite hack that I love is to ask them to tell you something that they love about blank. So you're going to fill in something that they really love a lot. So that might be dad or pizza, maybe gym class if you're my son. And what you want to get is just to get them talking, right? The more they talk, the more likely you're going to get some genuine expressions out of them. And you know, as they're telling you about it, what sorts of things you can ask to maybe get those smiles as they're talking, and to just sort of pull more of the story out of your kids. Nobody knows your kid as good as you in terms of what you can say to kind of push those triggers to maybe get them to give you a little more genuine expression and a little bit more of a smile. Another one that I love, if you have more than one kid, is to have them tell secrets to each other. I just ask them to tell secrets one at a time, and I will tell them who to start so that there's no issue. So if I have Johnny and Susie, I might say, Johnny, go ahead and tell Susie a secret right in her ear. Honestly, you guys, kids that are younger than like 4, they don't even know what to say, but they just think the whispering act is funny. And I'm not really there for the photo of the whisper, I'm there for the photo of the reaction, right? And then right when it's done, I ask Susie to tell Johnny a secret instead. Sometimes reverse psychology works really, really well. So my next tip is to tell them not to smile or laugh. Again, this works really well with little kids, but if you just use that full-on reverse psychology, don't smile. No, don't you do it. Please don't smile at me. I don't want you to smile at me. The more they think they're gonna do something that is not what you're asking, most likely the more they're gonna smile. Again, might just be my kids, but I've seen it work time after time at sessions too. So I highly recommend that one. I want to share a couple of options that are really great for really small kids next. So another one that I love along the lines of the one I just said is to do a where is your smile hiding game. So it can be a little bit of all of these you should be down at your kids level. It's going to work better. They're sitting on the floor, you're sitting on the floor. They're sitting at a table, you're sitting at a table. But a little bit of where is your smile hiding? Is it in your ear? I'm tickling their ear. Is it in your neck? Is it in your belly? And at the same time, click, 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 click. Actually, I'm right-handed, so probably have my phone in my right hand. I'm doing a little tickle with my left hand. Is it under your neck? Is it in your toes? That works extremely well, I would say, again, for maybe that 5 and under crowd. Even if they're not ticklish, just the concept of like, where did it go? And now I'm looking for it usually does a really good job making them smile. I really like silly what if questions for that same 5, maybe honestly even 6 and under crowd. So it could be something like, what if Daddy wore a Princess Elsa dress? Or what if pigs could fly? Usually they'll laugh really hard and enjoy those. And sometimes you might even be able to get your kid to tell you those same types of statements back. And again, the bigger reaction you give, the more laughter you provide to them, the better that's gonna go. One more that I really, really love to do with younger kids is do animal noises that are incorrect. So for example, I will say, what's your favorite animal? A cow? Okay, I can tell you what a cow says. Are you ready? Are you ready? My camera's at the ready. I'm ready for the reaction. Are you ready? A cow says, neigh. Huge laughter because apparently that's hilarious. You guys, the key with kids is that they think ridiculous things are funny. And we know that in our mom life. We experience it in our real life. I remember our babies thought that us telling them they had stinky feet and like making a big face about it was the most hilarious thing ever. Why is that what gets my babies to smile? I don't know, but it did. So you have to get yourself into the mindset of a kid. If you want a kid to be responsive to you with your camera, you cannot just sit them down and ask them to smile at you, especially if they're little, and if they do, it's gonna look like this. Do we want those photos? No, we want them interacting with us, giving genuine expressions. Maybe sometimes it's not about smiling. Maybe it's sometimes about those sweet faces when they're talking about how much they love their brother or sister, or maybe it's the expression when they're talking about their adoration of gym class, or when they respond to your fart noises. Whatever it is, those are the photos that really matter. They're the photos that are more easy and fun to get. So think like a kid, get down on your kid's level and make it more play-based and prompt-based than just asking them to smile at the camera. And I think you'll find that it works so much better and keeps everybody in a much better mood as well. I hope you've enjoyed these tips. This is just half of what I have shared in a free PDF download for you that you can download at the top link in the description to get all of my photo hacks for genuine expressions and smiles out of your kids, in addition to some activity prompts to get more photos of your kids doing things they love and focusing less on them just smiling at the camera, because taking photos of our kids is about remembering who they are today before they're somebody totally different tomorrow. And these prompts can help you do that. So go ahead and click on the link below to grab that download, and we will see you next time.